Oh, hello again. I thought I hit record there, and I didn't hit record, so I had a moment of like, wait, am I talking to a blank camera? Yes, I am. Okay, great. So this next song that I wrote, this is kind of like I think of this as my like little like John Donne song. I think the AI thinks that it's very much like a downer or a nihilist sort of song. It's not. It's more of like I guess sort of like a comforting of somebody who might have like felt like they lost their way or they lost out on something that they really wanted. And it's sort of just the idea of like, it's okay, everything will come back around again. You just sometimes have to put in the work. But it's loosely based on, because it's loosely based on a poem that John Donne wrote, which is, I think, to Roland Woodhouse or Woodhouse. I don't even know what the name of the poem. It's Roland somebody. I know that much. And in the poem, he talks about like we must become farmers of ourselves, and therefore we must manure ourselves. Loosely is what he's talking about. And I kind of like that idea. I kind of like that imagery of because like it's kind of like a very stoic sort of thought. It's like what you get out of things is what you put into the work that you put in behind them, right? And I really like that. I also happened to have visited John Donne a couple times in the past couple years. The first time was in 2023. I got to Ireland. I want to say in like April. It was after St. Patrick's Day, so it was probably like April, maybe late March. But I went to Ireland, and when I was there, I was like, oh, I still have time, so I'm just gonna go to the UK. So I did. I went to London for a week at that point in time. And the first place that I went to, actually, the cab dropped me off at the wrong spot, and I ended up walking across the bridge to where I was staying in the south half of London near Waterloo Station. But along the way, I like walked by like the what is it, the Tower of London and stuff, and then I went down Bread Street and I stopped in at there was a Gordon Ramsay street pizza that I ate at. So that was the first place that I ate at in London, which was kind of fun. And then from Bread Street, you can see St. Paul's Cathedral just down the street, and John Donne was actually born on Bread Street, along with John Milton, who wrote Paradise Lost. And they were born like within like 40 or 50 years of each other, which is really interesting. That they were both from that little street because it's a very small street. It's like 2.5 blocks or something long. It's not a very big street. But yeah, that's where they were from. And so yeah, he was born looking basically down the street where he ended up becoming deacon. I'm not entirely sure the name of the terminology that they use for whoever would be leading St. Paul's at this moment in time. There is a memorial to Sir John A. Macdonald in the basement of it. I didn't know this until the second time that I went there, which was in 2024. But the first time that I went there, yeah, I did that, so that was kind of cool. And yeah, I bought like a book about John Donne when I was there. And then I had like a book of his poetry from a while ago that I had never actually sat down and read. So I did that. And this is sort of what came out of it. This was one of my first attempts at learning how to actually do fingerstyle sort of picking. And what I'm actually doing is not proper fingerstyle. It's just me playing around with what I think sounds good. So all you need for this is a C, an F, and a G chord. That's all. That's the complexity of the entire thing. And you just need to be able to always pick the fifth string as your bass, and then you're gonna do the second and the third strings as your treble. So it's just a constant, non-stop sort of thing like that for the first half, and then the second half is going to be strumming. It's also loosely based around the idea of I was listening to a lot of Vampire Weekend at the time, so this is maybe like the poppiest sort of song that I have in my repertoire, or like the most modern sounding one that I've written thus far. And so it's kind of like, to me, it kind of reminds me of like the first song off of Father of the Bride, but it also carries sort of that sentiment of like somebody feeling like maybe they've lost out on things or they've been left behind, of like modern vampires of the city, somebody grappling with their like faith. And yeah, every once in a while I change like the words and stuff in it. So this is the current version of It Won't Be Long Now. You know as well as I do that God's got nothing for you. They never did and they never will, that's true. But maybe if you try real hard, you can find your own yard. From the spring through the fall, it's yours. And in the shadows of dull bravado, well, you can feel you've won the lotto, with a ring and a vow that caught you. So don't say it all stays the same. Feelings fade and everything can change. And come right or wrong, you'll find where you belong. It won't be long now, it won't be long now, it won't be long now, it won't be long. It won't be long now, it won't be long now, it won't be long now, it won't be long. It won't be long now, it won't be long now, it won't be long now, it won't be long. It won't be long. And so yeah, that's what I came up with out of that. That's called It Won't Be Long Now.